Nongtuman Biren condemns recent drone attacks in Kautru, Kadangban and Senjam Chirang areas as terrorism. Chief Minister vows actions. Manipur DGP says committee formed to probe recent drone bombings in the state. Taragi Jaishu condemns centre and state government for silence in the wake of drone bombing attacks, terrorism, organised crime and anti-national activities by armed Kuki groups. NPP National Vice President Yumnam Joy Kumar says recent drone attacks carried out by Kuki armed groups prove external aggression. Joy Kumar slams government and Chief Minister Biren for inaction. Three-day state-level workshop on academic writing and publication kicks off at Manipur University Court Hall in Kanchipur, providing participants with valuable insights and guidance from experts. And two-day camp for distributing aids and appliances to persons with disabilities begins at Iboyai Mashmang Lila Shanglen Palace Compound. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm JOYSHREE bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Chief Minister Nongtuman Biren strongly condemns the recent drone attacks targeting civilians and security forces in Kautruk, Kadangban and Senjam Chirang, allegedly carried out by armed Kuki groups. Taking to his X account, the Chief Minister described the bombings as acts of terrorism, asserting that the Manipur government is treating these unprovoked assaults with the utmost seriousness. Biren emphasized that the state government will take necessary measures to respond to these forms of terrorism which threaten the indigenous population. He also called upon the people of Manipur to stand united against hate, division and separatism, urging collective resistance to such divisive actions. The state government has formed a 5-member committee led by additional DGP Intelligence Ashutosh Kumar Sinha to investigate the drone use involving the Indian Army, Assam Rifles, CRPF and BSF tasked with examining the drones, gathering evidence and devising countermeasures. Meanwhile, Manipur Director General of Police DGP Rajiv Singh today disclosed the formation of a committee to investigate the recent drone bombings in the state. Speaking during an inspection of the recently attacked Kadangban and Kautruk areas in Imphal West District today, DGP Rajiv Singh informed that the state police are in touch with central experts to thoroughly probe the incidents. He further mentioned that the central forces have been instructed to bolster security measures in response to the drone attacks. Additionally, the National Security Guard NSG has been apprised of the situation, highlighting the seriousness with which the authorities are addressing the threat posed by drone bombings.
This is a new thing which has happened and we have already Manipur police ने पहले ही tweet किया हुआ है, so it has been escalated and we are taking it very seriously. We have spoken to everybody from here to Delhi. वहाँ दिल्ली में भी NSG से भी हम लोगों ने बात किया है, DG NSG से बात किया है, उनकी टीम से बात किया है, प्लस और भी एक्सपर्ट्स आ रहे हैं. हम लोगों ने कमिटी भी एक बनाई है ये ड्रोन के बारे में पूरा ये पढ़ने के लिए एंड समथिंग टू डू काउंटर करने के लिए उसको कैसे हम लोग आगे करें. आसाम राइफल एक कमेटी तो बना दी गई बट उसके बाद भी कुछ एक्सपर्ट्स को भी हम लोग बुला रहे हैं और जल्दी से जल्दी हम लोग कुछ इसका उपाय ढूंढेंगे. वहां पर हमारे पास कुछ है काउंटर के लिए, दैट ऑल्सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू डिप्लॉय. और प्लस जो हिल के एरियाज हैं जो जहां पर अटैक हुए हैं 3-4 जगह पे, उन सभी पे हम लोग के ऑपरेशन चल रहे हैं. कल भी हुए थे, आज भी हुए हैं, आज रिकवरीज भी हुई हैं, कल भी कुछ रिकवरीज हुई थी. तो कॉम्बिंग ऑपरेशन चलता रहेगा. वो बिल्कुल ही श्योर रहें कि सो एवरीवेयर कॉम्बिंग ऑपरेशन विल कैरी ऑन.
Taragi Jaishu criticizes both the central and state governments for their continued silence in the face of escalating violence, terror attacks including unprecedented drone bombings on civilians in a bid to break up Manipur by Kuki militants allegedly aligned with foreign forces. During a press conference at Taragi Jaishu's Porampat office today, Taragi Jaishu chairperson Khaidem Mani condemned the government's inaction, stating that their failure to respond in accordance with the Indian constitution and law is unacceptable possible given the severity of the situation. He highlighted that drone bombings on civilians, a tactic usually seen in wars between countries, are being employed within the state, marking a dangerous escalation. Khaidemani urged the state government to convene a cabinet meeting and an assembly session to take a firm resolution urging the centre to act decisively on the matter. He also called upon all the political parties, including the ruling BJP, to unite and address the issue collectively. He also proposed that the public and civil society organizations organize a non-violent movement larger than the June 18, 2001 protests to ensure the centre hears and takes action.
Ruling party si BJP ni double engine ni hairim ni apaba thabu kya tawba leram ba India go ena but chai amma makai thur kadoraba war like situation oiraba the natana war crime changchil abista Bharat Sarkar na tumin laiba Manipur Sarkar na tumin laiba manba ruling party BJP karigumba amata condemn tawba khotpa mogi mot amaba haide hojikti mayam sina hainaramado asengbo oire India government na mapandegi Myanmar degi lakpa terrorist sing aduga lautuna ba man ba haira mado hojikti oibo boi ningene adu toroga yokhallaga Manipur thugaina ba lan tahan ba manbegi mawong ama da masi leireba.
During the press conference, Taragi Chaishu co-chairperson Dr. R.K. Nimai, IAS retired, expressed deep concern over the growing public discontentment. He warned that the state could be plunged into a civil war if the frustration of the people reaches a tipping point, making it nearly impossible to restore peace and normalcy. Dr. Nimai criticized the central government, holding it directly responsible for the ongoing turmoil in the state. He emphasized that a real resolution to the crisis can only be achieved through a large-scale collective movement by the public devoid of violence. The press conference attendees also extended their condolences to those who have lost their lives in the ongoing violence.
Even Tamna Popigi Sidesida, a state force na Sange, have the central force that Timber Kotpagi, Tomabagi, Tomariba, and Axotana, young popular Toriba. And the Tabati Yamna Nuaitaba, Punna, Tingaminaga, Sidis, and Napakna Paktanaga, Tobasi, was it a Wiganu, Levakia Popagi, the Sangi or Hydramadigi Apilni.
National People's Party NPP National Vice President Yumnam Joy Kumar expresses deep concern over recent drone attacks carried out by Kuki armed groups in the state, calling it a significant indication of external aggression. Speaking to media at NPP head office in Narimthong today, Joy Kumar criticized the state government and Chief Minister N. Biren for their inaction in addressing the grave situation, arguing that waiting for commands from the central government is not an option during such critical times. He urged for immediate and decisive action to counter the threats and protect the state's sovereignty and integrity. Former Deputy Chief Minister Y. Joy Kumar also questioned Chief Minister N. Biren's stance on the ongoing violence in Manipur, specifically regarding drone attacks by Kuki militants on innocent Meitei civilians. He expressed concern over the government's response to these attacks and urged Congress MPs and the party to exert pressure on the centre to address the state's crisis effectively.
Howjiki laibasi isam jamba pot natreba external aggression haide mapangi kamuna howji laiba CDF PDF se koi original Indian amta nateba Myanmar machani laga sen mo pair ga se akoi da landar pai se masi mapana landar ko natro adu Indian constitution ki matungina internal aggression internal kano to CDF state ki external aggression is the responsibility of the central government to face it. Adu ifibam yoro Manipur lise. Adu edi karigi damakta state government se karigi damakta center da si or city noi na thon noi nakho ngamoi do gadi kari noi to India se thuai se haina hangom tokro.
Strongly reacting to recent claims by KNO leader Sailen Haukip that Kuki militants are not violating the suspension of Operations Sioux ground rules, NPP leader Yumnam Joy Kumar refuted these statements, accusing Kuki militants of committing atrocities and breaching the Sioux agreement. During the press briefing, Joy Kumar clarified that Manipur police had initiated actions against Kuki militants due to their increasing illegal activities. He highlighted that the Sioux Pact signed between Kuki militant groups, center and state government under the initiative of Assam Rifles explicitly required Kuki militants to respect the territorial integrity of Manipur and remain within their designated camps. However, Joy Kumar pointed out that the Kuki militant groups have clearly violated the agreement by demanding a separate administration, setting up illegal bunkers, and recently carrying out drone attacks in Kautruk area. He also questioned the silence of the Chief Minister over the exclusion of the state government from recent discussions related to the Sioux Pact, indicating a lack of transparency and involvement in critical negotiations. The NPP leader, who was involved in the original signing of the Sioux agreement, expressed concern over the current situation and emphasized that the militants' actions threaten the stability of Manipur. The press meet also included a 2-minute silence observed by Joy Kumar and other NPP representatives to mourn the demise of a young woman and others who were injured in recent drone bombings by armed Kuki militants at Kautruk and Senjamchira.
Sugi ground rules territorial integrity of Manipur is non-negotiable. Haibasina ahubada yaune madu thugaira bauda karigi Congress ngangu akhoi ngakta ngang nei kayu laiba sarkar sinu kano tawdu Sailen Haukip na haiba center na ground rule thugai hairappa leite hojipo haibagi darkar tari bro hairappa leite aduna karigi damda why didn't this government react to it hairappa lesu leite ground rule thugai ai haiga dongni kadai da smai dong game sadana khota moi gi dip designated game marung da moi khulai nun loina thongga do mapan thongpo yaro haibi ground rules leibni adu thugai daga mafam pham kuding game sajalpa ai mafam pham kuding myum mai thaba no mai kapapa kholpa si ground rule thugai bena ta di karino ground rule thugai di haise yaroi haise masi point out to kadamni au ngasi ngang to su is a blatant ground rule se thugai bagi yamna chawa khudam neba.
Shiv Sena Manipur President M. Tombi accuses central and state governments of failing to address the ongoing crisis in Manipur effectively, suggesting that foreign elements hostile to India are involved. At a press conference at the party office in Babupara, Imphal today, Tombi stressed the urgency for both levels of government to take decisive action, not only to protect Manipur, but to safeguard the entire nation. Tombi criticized the government's response to the violence, including drone attacks by Kuki militants, and warned that failure to act could lead to further bloodshed. He expressed deep concern over the casualties from recent drone attacks and urged both central and state forces to stop intimidating local volunteers who are protecting civilians. He also condemned the lack of action by security forces in responding to bombings and attacks. The Shiv Sena leader revealed plans for further engagement, including a meeting with the governor and a delegation to meet with the Prime Minister and other central leaders to seek a resolution to the ongoing crisis.
Bomb kapai mafam duda operation tawudi natadra bomb taba mafam do operation tawraga madu khungai ba mi sing dugi nongmai phawda maril leiba aduga kuki na pari bu nongmai sing phabagi adugi mafam du changma ngamdaba se karamba kano no haibni sigi posi kaino ba manipuri samesya se kuki ga akhoi gi maitai khaktagi nataba akhoi gi india gi mayokta china amadi usa yawbagi port se hanna da su center na haigre mase akhoi yamna section bagi matam oire manipur kanba nataba India kanba ma soidre masigi poram su akoi central government na state government na masi khandai bimatam yaure immediately masi central of the state government na masi control to ngamna bhono biyo natrabadi akoi igi lokhong olakpa yai.
Impact News reporter Achom Binot and camera person El Kabi visited Semdam Chirang in Imphal West District today, which is the adjoining of Kangpokpi District and which came under drone bombing attacks yesterday by Kuki armed groups. The attack tragically claimed the lives of 2 individuals and left a cow injured. A special report.
Madam Zia from this and Chirang bomb Tada Kiva Yum Madudani, Naran Cookie, Fly Pipes in a bomb Tada Kiva Yum Madumak, the music like you sang around bomb Tada, bomb Tada Paduda, Sigin as if power gas, the bomb Tassan, Pohagivani, but then a Harry Pomasida, Yumasigi, a quay with that bomb Humum Sungang, Tada Kibom Hum Tada Paduda, Murani, a so open and keep the Natana, Mapumaduda Leramba, Sa Sanchu, so open Garon Nanki, Loinana, Hariba, a so posing a Dungaran, Siza Hostal Pukatuna, can no more like another Loinana, Yum the Tarpoma City. Asin tar ko matam dari mi kanam tale heudabani na so pandit thokon yaukide nakalam danga bom thadara pugi manung duda bom manasida yengon sigi manaka taduna pokhai bene hari loina bom pokhai baduda yengon sigi nakana leptuna yenjing yengin bai thabak taramba nupi aduni ram bom na palaga soiba si loina na hari bom thadara pasi sinatana sangona sida su bom mata sanduna pokhai khre loina bom tasla pokhai baduda koi sangon duda lemba sanama so panang nakalam danga kuki khulai pai basing na kapak khiba bom yalaga thadara khiba du sida leile loina na hari bom ahum thadara koi manung ani magi maning phangmangam khre loina na makha taba kadai da bom sing thada rakhi haibu akan mong the policing na thiba gi thabak chodamak chathari
ai thanse ngarang se numidang simai sangon sidai da punbane ba pung taruk khara helakpa aduai haibu tare san mokoi dro lakhi bagi mong matose aduga ai di mamang da hek thokpa ai gi nauni pa sidai sida drone sina tan ba adudagi di drone sina hallaga bom che mafam sigi jaga chimakta da thadabane marai bak thibadagi ai gi san sida oina hangon se thuaga ma se bom sina palaga lerme makoina tawraibagi phibam singsi yengagadi aikoi yamna nungaijade aikoi leiriba jaga sisu yamna maning chathana leiba khungi mamaisu oiba masi lengakna meng changhaningi hai
bom bokhagi bam pham aduda akoi khunja singna lengakna husi phawo tumina leiba si koi pen da phongdor le loina na hariba mafam masigi koliba MLA su laktabana maram oiraga MLA da su pen da phongdor le loina na hariba ngara bom thadar ke mafam aduda makhatana pamdo thok thokna ba Manipur police commando gi team na su akan mong da patrolling chatuna ngaksen bagi thabak su chathari loina na hari mafam asida ayu angan bada su mi khara drone pa ko ramya na phongdor ram matung hari mafam asida akoi da akan mong da chasing tharang kya lokali camera person kabiga loina na pawdon tari ba Binod Impact News Sangam Chirang
Chirang Mairapaibi Secretary Haikam Amravati condemned the drone bomb attacks by suspected Kuki militants. Amravati criticized the government for not taking any actions to take stock of the grim situation. Speaking to Impact News today in Senjam Chirang, the Mairapaibi leader condemned the central government for keeping silent over the attacks. Amravati expressed suspicion of hidden agendas behind the attacks. She urged the government and relevant authorities to take action against armed Kuki assailants.
Tauriba Kuki parties in a Sibu Sarkana terrorists na have a lot of Pungam Dishikari Maramidova. Masi terrorists lagi helaba, Satiraba Lalongi, drone the Hojik Horenzu, Kapakosuyari, Tambangabdri, Masida Sarkana to Minelishing Basi, the Sengamoya Jending, Prajamo, and Hoimete Prajasi, Tum the Siro Hebra, Santi La Ela Haga, Nahana, Kotung, Sina, Narang, Sirang, Nasina. Kantodo biay mathangna kadangwal phayeng chingkong chi punamak singase loinamak mathang tawragadi masi karmai tawdoino sarkarna thuba matamda masigi solution proktuna khoigi parja singa sibu tangdu leitaba lehenbiu
Macha Singhi Mama Apunba Loop Bishnupur staged a sit-in at Moirang Bazaar condemning the recent drone bombing attack by Kuki armed groups which resulted in civilian deaths and multiple injuries. The protesting women denounced the arrest of village volunteers involved in combing operations and called for the withdrawal of Assam Rifles from the region. Jaya Khangembam, convener of MMAL Bishnupur District Joint Committee, criticized the government's inaction and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's silence in the face of attacks on Meitei civilians. She accused Assam Rifles of aiding the Kuki community to suppress the Meitei community. The protesters demanded immediate action from both the centre and state government to resolve the situation amicably and prevent further violence. In the wake of a sudden drone attack by Kuki armed groups in Kautruk, which involved the bombing and targeting of innocent civilians, Bishnupur, Akoiba, Apunba Loop organized a protest rally to denounce the violence. The incident, which occurred amidst ongoing claims by state leaders that peace prevails, has sparked widespread outrage among the locals. The last night's rally was participated by members from local Mairapaibi groups. The protesters convened at Bishnupur Forest Gate and marched through Bishnupur market area. Upon reaching Bishnupur police station and DC Lamkai, the rally turned back and returned to its starting point. The demonstrators expressed their strong condemnation of the attack and called for an end to the violence that continues to disrupt the lives of civilians. Search operations and area domination were conducted by security forces in the fringe and vulnerable areas of hill and valley districts. During the search operations, one drone was recovered from Kharam Vaifei, Kangpokpi district yesterday. Political activist Oinam Roman has provided monetary assistance to Impact News reporter Ilangbam Mushuk, who is receiving treatment at Shiza Hospital after sustaining bomb splint injuries while covering the Kotruk violence. Speaking on the sidelines, Roman condemned the airstrike and appreciated Mushuk for doing his duty diligently. Clubs and organizations in Singjame area warn of an impending blockade on National Highway 2 NH2 starting September 6 if the government fails to address the deteriorating condition of the road promptly. At a press conference held at a social development organization office in Singjame, Mayingbam Lekai today, organization advisor Ketrimayum Ibotombi criticized the state of the road and drains in Singjame, which have been in poor condition since May this year. He noted the frequent accidents and flooding along the road and expressed frustration with the lack of effective response from authorities, who have deflected responsibility to the center. Aikoigi Club General Secretary Oinam Prabin added that the road falls under the jurisdiction of Imphal Municipal Corporation and emphasized that immediate action is necessary to prevent the blockade.
Labi asigi mataida chatliba drainage asi makhal ani ni soroki manigda ma soroki mamangda ma hairiba drain asi da puri be singa ji singa parking dei laga yam chawa bolom ne masi jina poraga karai da taga da ge haibda yan han mada lang thaban kendra ti phawra adu matang da thungju kendra ji phawraga mu gi campus manung da phawraga lila khong da chen ga chandani di da ada haidagraga nabun turenda targu da bani kendra ani sigi drain asigi nakan da tariba mi singina aduki matik inclusion toksan gi drain si mangi bagi mami adu masul laibani ana lairiba drainage asigi problem asi khoi langthawan kendra ne thongju kendra gi lairiba jaga si praja sing sina adugi matik bhab tabiragadi sigyame gi area re sing thum sima khoi mayok nari sima khoi sapagani
si khoi tangai phoduna yabani gem ga yam ge na khoi bata taibu club sing je khang ba khang bani ai no to wana matam ni haidana adu pium sing yak tabani na khoi tumi le bi atre club soi ka kinatna le pak myang thu ba lagal nabi mo ibari na yete kitang mayang gi ming changbiraga mayam khoi soi ga khoi club sing na hona jeriba sing da mayam na corporate pbu haiduna khoi club sing oinam tingeng ma ke de chu
National Mental Health Program under National Health Mission, Directorate of Health Services, Government of Manipur, in collaboration with Ibotombi Institute of Education, Kanchipur, organized one-day mental health awareness program today. The event focused on the increasing mental health issues among the state's youth and displaced individuals due to ongoing turmoil. Speaking at the event, Additional Director of Public Health at the Medical Directorate, Dr. Chambo Gonmei, emphasized the critical importance of mental health in leading a healthy life. He highlighted that the ongoing unrest has severely impacted the mental well-being of the youth, leading to alarming rates of suicide and mental health disorders. Dr. Chambo pointed out that exam pressure, family problems, and substance abuse are significant contributors to these mental health challenges. He also revealed the distressing fact that 6 displaced individuals in various relief camps have attempted suicide, with 2 tragically succeeding, underscoring the urgent need for mental health interventions. The program featured key resource persons including Manipur State Nodal Officer of a National Mental Health Program, Dr. Athokpam Ranita, Senior Psychiatrist from District Hospital Chandel, Dr. K.H. Robindro, and Clinical Psychologist with National Mental Health Program, Morangtem Herojit.
Because many young people in the developmental stage, the lifestyles will change the way they have boyfriend, girlfriend, this thing and all like that, and broken relationships. Then family, there's some broken families, some like that. Assume haina to vadiki akoy the mental trauma asise yamna later. Asigi sida mimyamna kangbisi. Let us try to solve all these issues by addressing to all the families in our state, so that the parents are the main counselors of the children. Oza bukhakta akoina depend tawgadabnate. Parents' role is very, very important in mental health education.
Thawal farmer highlights challenges and calls for better access to government schemes. A successful farmer from Salungpham in Thawal district, Furit Sabam Pita, stresses the importance of proper implementation of government schemes to ensure optimal crop production. In an exclusive interview with Impact News, Pita, who is cultivating paddy on 7 hectares of land, reported that despite the state's ongoing crisis and frequent floods, around 28 acres of paddy fields are developing well. He praised the government's welfare schemes for farmers but criticized their lack of reach to the intended beneficiaries. He highlighted the growing difficulties in farming due to rising costs for labor, fertilizers and harvesting, which are driving many away from the profession. Pita pointed out that farmers in the state continue to use outdated techniques while others adopt modern technologies that improve efficiency and yield. Pita urged the government and relevant authorities to ensure that benefits from schemes such as National Food Security Mission, Submission for Agricultural Mechanization, Agricultural Technology Management Agency and PM Kishan Yojana are made accessible to farmers in Manipur. He believes that these schemes could significantly enhance crop production and elevate the challenges faced by local farmers.
Sahi kaya agi mamangdagi aigi forefather gi haktagi dum lawji lawta uraga dum lairabne akoina atopo ma tawbudu jung sai sinpamje ahanjing na tawmu chimam thaidokudu ahanjing na jung sai gi law ubuda apam leiba aduna Manipur state se akoi chathok puthokbuda ai jengna haijaragadi sahi madai phobora lising amadi puthokuni phobo changa sai guding dum puthokun lamni mase tedang asi bau Manipur sarkar gi maikei dagi law ubuda sijinaba hojik mayam akoi YouTube ta Facebook ta mayam onori bu khuchukulai adubong natraga jung asi ngasi ma akoi gi khawnaba machine jaina machine masi tang mateng bangbiragadi lawmi jingda nakhai sengna law ujariba kanggu da kitang makoina mateng tawbiragadi hojik puthoiba chathok sidagi hena mu update tawbo ngamgani haibo wafam saitegi adu phongtok jage.
Two-day camp for distributing aids and appliances to persons with disabilities commenced today at Iboyaima Shumanglila Shanglen Palace Compound. The camp is sponsored by Jaipur Food, Sri Bhagwan Mahavir Viklang Sahayata Samiti, Bharat Seva Sansthan Jaipur Rajasthan and Peace Builders Forum India. Organized jointly by State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Interfaith Forum Manipur and Disabled Development Association Manipur, the event also has support from Manipur State Shumanglila Council, JCI Imphal Iconics, Brahma Sabha, Sri Sri Govindaji Temple and Rajashri Bhagyachandra Cultural Foundation Manipur. Speaking on the occasion, State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Birahari, encouraged differently abled individuals to take full advantage of the camp and benefit from the assistance provided.
Idoli singna taka wedba khong dei khande kutai khande mitagi khande punak ron chabasi lobi ho khoi pot chai chu lakpa yam wheelchair gum khotpadi loi laaga leire adu maud su gari truck ma porama pot thunga ga leire na high bi rei aduna khoi punamakku suno punamak Manipur da leiri ba puna khoi PWD punamak da masi ron chabasi lobang na ba simpham sta ngasi lakpa ngamong su hayeng lakpi yu hana ya pi tawjiri.
Now with that, it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you more updates. Keep watching Impact News.
Adom kalengi maisa maragda asumna humai humaga leiba pambibra natraga asumna nungaine AC manungda relax tawraga adongi daily thabak tawba pambibra asumna relax oina thabak tawbininglabadi mezo hapta AC brand makhal suna leizare loan gi khudong chabasu leizagani akupa marol gi damak lengsan biraksi mezo hap kaisampat konjeng hazari lekai opposite Sangai Express. Diagnostic ki lamda chahi nipu hena mangjil thana lakpaga loinana Babina group na miyangmi mafamda lanthokjari anoba ana laingi pathapta compassionate healthcare specialized field kun henbagi khanghairaba expert singa tanaduna matamga chunaraba laingbagi kanaba lobiyu khwaidagi luba treatment dagi horaga personalized oiba treatment pituna adongi haksal fagatna bohonaba asina ikoigi pandam oibi adongi haksang fagalakpagi khongchatta nungaiba amadi afaba laingi chakcharaba kanaba lobiyu Babina Hospital, where hope meets compassion.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. 3-day state-level workshop on academic writing and publication commenced today at the Court Hall of Manipur University in Kanchipur. The event, which will run until September 5, is a collaborative effort sponsored by Exomia Sanskriti Sangha, Manipur University English Alumni and the Department of English and Cultural Studies, Manipur University. Esteemed figures including a former founding Vice-Chancellor of Sikkim State University, Professor Gopal Kumar Nirula Chehetri, Dean of School of Humanities at Manipur University, Professor S. Ibomcha, and Head of Department of English and Cultural Studies, Manipur University, Professor Irom Gambhir, graced the opening event of the workshop. In a move to alleviate the impact of rising rice prices due to ongoing violence in the state, subsidized rice was distributed to the public at Lamlong Bazaar under Open Market Sale OMS scheme. The distribution initiative was spearheaded by Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Minister L. Sushindro and supervised by Imphal East District Supply Officer Haubam Bhupendra. Speaking on the sidelines, Bhupendra stated that each person received 10 kilograms of subsidized rice at a cost of 36 rupees and 61 paise per kilogram. The distribution aims to ease the burden on the public amid the current price hike. He also mentioned that the distribution of subsidized rice will continue in other public places and markets across Imphal East in the coming days. Bhupendra announced that the OMS scheme for rice will be carried out tomorrow from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. at Andro Parking. 5-day skill development training cum input distribution program on vermicomposting organized by ICAR Krishi Vigyan Kendra KVK Imphal West concluded today at ICAR Research Complex for NEH Region, Manipur Center, Lamphel-Pad. Running from August 28 till September 3, the program aims to provide tribal farmers with expertise in vermicomposting, organic farming and other agricultural skills. The event saw participation from around 50 farmers from Tuizang and Sangaitil villages in Imphal West District. Children's supplementary food distribution was held today at the relief camp open at 91 Maiti Langol, Laima Kulen Laikai in Imphal West District. The initiative was a joint effort by Manipur State Rural Livelihood Mission, District Mission Management Unit Imphal West and Rotary Clubs of Imphal. The event saw the distribution of Mama's Gift, a dietary supplement recognized by FASAI and made from locally sourced raw materials. MSRLM Mission Director N. Bandana highlighted that the supplement is produced by a self-help group from Imphal East District and is intended to benefit displaced children residing at the camp. She expressed hope that if Mama's Gift proves successful, efforts will be made for its mass production with government support.
अदुग हुजिकी ओनदि अखोगी इम्फाल इस्ट लेबा BLF अमखकना मी 30 मुकी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप मेंबर्स सिंग सिगी मोना सेमजब पोटनी अदुगा मोइना सेमबसदा हुजिकचे मणिपुर द लेरिबा स्पेशली वेली द लेबा रिलीफ कैंप अखोई 50 गुम्बगी मयादा अखोई पिथोक सग्रे मोइदा लेबा अंगांग सिंग दो चाराउना 2000 चिल्ड्रन मुक्ते अखोई कवर तौरे अदुगा अखोई बु कंटीन्यूअसली अखोइना सिगी येनना बगी दमक्ता अखोई सरकार दा हुजिक फावगी ओनदि क्राउड फंडिंग अखोई स्टाफ तगी अदुगा अखोई बु नोक्सीजबा अखोई इचिन नाउ सिंग अखोई अदुगा NGO सिंग मोना सपोर्ट तौबिरकपनी along with Rotary Club of Imphal अदुगा मतुंग ताबदि Manipur Sarkar government ki side tagi support tawnaba khoi khona jari.
9th death anniversary of Lamjing Maira Sapam Robin Hood was observed today at MMRC and Unity Park in Kangabok. Family members of Robin Hood along with several others offered floral tribute to the statue of late Robin Hood and observed a 2-minute silence as a mark of respect to the departed soul. It is worth recalling that Sapam Robin Hood had died after he was hit by a tear gas shell during a protest which was carried out in 2015 in demand for implementation of inner light permit system in Manipur. Pambai-led UNLF, a Department of Organization, carried out blood donation camp at its camp located at YTB Local, Taubal. The blood donation camp was carried out in collaboration with Universal Mothers Organization, Taubal District and Department of Transfusion Medicine, RIMS. Around 50 cadres of Pambai-led UNLF MPA donated blood at the camp. Manipur Fire Service Department conducted a mega mock drill at Sishu Nistan Niketan School in Kwakitil yesterday. Part of a Fire and Life Safety in Schools project, the drill was supervised by Fire Prevention Wing Officer in charge. The exercise involved students, teachers, non-teaching staff and security personnel, focusing on enhancing preparedness and safety measures within the school environment. Now the sports news. Manipur defeats Madhya Pradesh and Nepal in 63rd Under-17 Boys Subroto Cup International Football Tournament organized by Subroto Mukherjee Society at Gurugram KIIT College of Engineering Ground. In Manipur's first match yesterday, Naurem Gautam netted 2 goals at 19th and 62nd minute. Ilangbam Nestanboy also netted 2 goals at 33rd and 35th minute, while Ningthaujam Premsagar Namdi Gong Kame and Moirangte Manitoiba scored 1 goal each at 12th, 13th and 24th minute, defeating Team Madhya Pradesh 7-0. In today's match, Manipur defeated Nepal 4-0. For the winners, Alex scored 2 goals at 10th and 69th minute, while Prisagar and Gautam scored 1 goal each at 33rd and 47th minute of the match. Manipur's third match will be against West Bengal tomorrow. Manipur defeated Haryana 3-2 in their first league match of Sub-Junior Girls National Football Championship, which was played yesterday at Behrampur Stadium, West Bengal. Yaipabi Tokchom, Thaudam Malemnganbi and Julan Nomaitem of Manipur scored 1 goal each in the match and led the team to victory. In further Group A matches, Manipur will take on Tamil Nadu tomorrow in their second league match, and Team Manipur will play against Mizoram on September 6th in the last league match. The championship is being held under the aegis of All India Football Federation. Players and officials set to participate in the Eastern India Open Equipped and Classic Men and Women Powerlifting Championship have departed from Imphal. Organized under the aegis of Powerlifting India, the championship will be held in Bokaro, Jharkhand from September 4 till 7. A total of 9 athletes, including 2 females, will represent Manipur. Ilangba Minau is the team's manager and Naurem Sushila is the team coach. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthuman Biren condemns recent drone attacks in Kautru, Kadangban and Senjam Chirang areas as terrorism. CM vows actions. Manipur DGP says committee formed to probe recent drone bombings. Taragit Jaishu condemns centre and state government for silence in the wake of drone bombing attacks, terrorism, organized crime and anti-national activities by armed Kuki groups. NPP National Vice President Yumnam Joykumar says recent drone attacks carried out by Kuki armed groups prove external aggression. Joykumar slams government and Chief Minister Biren for inaction. Three-day state-level workshop on academic writing and publication kicks off at Manipur University Court Hall in Kanchipur, providing participants with valuable insights and guidance from experts. And two-day camp for distributing aids and appliances to persons with disabilities begins at Iboyaima Shumang Lila Shanglen Palace compound. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. Have a great evening and stay safe.